Welcome everybody, this is Miss Liebowitz and this is a tutorial on how to make a graphic organizer using Lucidchart.com. It's a great website. First thing we are going to need to do is to sign up for free. You're going to click right up here. You're going to see that you have options to pay for this, and you do get a lot more options when you do pay for it. However, we're going to start a free account. All you are going to do is you're going to fill out your name, your school email address, and you're going to create a password. I've already done that, so I'm going to go up to login, and I'm going to enter my information. And we're in. So the first thing I want to show you is, since this is a free account, we only are able to have 5 documents over here. You can see that I created 2 of my 5 documents already. We can share, which is a really cool thing that we can do. Something kind of like Google Docs when somebody else can come and kind of help you out. I also think this is something that you could do with the paid program. And over here there is a button that says more. You can do a lot of different things through here, like rename your document, share it, and so on. If you wanted to create a new document, all you need to do is just click with this one right over here and it creates a brand new blank one. What we're going to do is we are going to go back to one that I've used and look at some different things and different elements that we can play around with. So first thing that you can see is up here there is a toolbar. So this is the usual toolbar, the file edit and so on, that we know from Word and so on. You can see that it does have things that are very similar to Word document toolbox or tool ribbon, so you can use that. You also have over here the tools for the letters, the fonts, anything like that. And do not forget that over here in the corner you also have tools. These tools are for the page, and anytime that you click one of the elements on your page, then this is the tools to change it up. So for example, if you go to graphic, you could change the color from right over here. So let's start. First I want my background to have a certain color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the toolbar on the right over here. I don't need to click on anything because it's my page. So I'm just going to clear it out, make sure I'm not on any of the other elements. I'm on the page. I'm going to go to page settings right in the middle. Any changes can be made over here. I'm going to click solid color. Notice that there are a lot of different options that you can play around with. You could put an image in the background as well. But I'm going to stick to a solid color, and I think this is the color I'd like. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my title, which is Pablo Picasso. So right over here you can see this is text. I'm going to grab it with my mouse, pull it over here, and then I'm going to type in my text. So I'm creating a timeline about Pablo Picasso. So I'm going to make the writing bigger because it's all about him. I want it to be very noticeable. And then I'm going to also put a picture of him so that people that look at my organizer know what he looks like. So I'm going to put a picture in a circle. So let me bring the circle around here. Again, grab it, pull it and stretch it to make it as large as you'd like. I do have the ability to put words in here, text, so I don't want any words because I want an image in the background, so I'm just going to delete the A. And then I'm going to click on the element and go to the right bar over here. I'm going to go to graphic, and instead of solid color I want an image in the background. So I'm going to click image. Now these images I had already pre-uploaded. All you have to do is click upload and then choose any photos that you'd like for your library. So what I want is I want Pablo Picasso. So I'm going to double click his picture, and there it is. And any changes that I want to make, for example, do I want the picture to scale to fit? Do I want to just fit it? Do I want to fill the whole circle? So anything that you want to do, you can come over here and find that here. So here we go. I do want to make it a little larger, and that looks pretty good to me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a couple of boxes to show when he was born and so on. So I'm going to grab this box right over here, pull it over. As you can see, these boxes over here pretty much look the same size. So what I did was I actually pulled the box larger, made it as big as I wanted it to be. I made the writing as big and I also as big as I wanted it to be, and I also changed the font. Then what I did was I clicked on the element, and then on your keyboard you are going to click Control C, and that means I copied it. Now I click off of the element and I click Control V, and that pastes a box right over here. Now I can pull that over and it is exactly the same exact box, same size, same font, same everything. So that is exactly what I did for these in order to make them look the same. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click in the middle and change what I want to say. So on a Word document I actually wrote a few different types of things that I can have on there, different information. So I'm going to also Control Copy and Control V, which pastes that. This is some extra stuff that is not supposed to be there. So this looks pretty good. And so here are my two boxes. Remember that you could click your element and change the background of it by just coming to Graphic over here, picking solid color, and then clicking on this empty box, and you can change that box into any color that you want. So I'm going to make it fit with all the other ones. You can also add a shadow to the boxes. You could do a lot of really fun things with it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect each and every one of these to each other so that my timeline starts over here, goes down, and wraps back around to the end over here. So what I do is I go to the latest box, and when you see over here, I want, or in the cursor, to turn it pink and also to turn into like a pink plus sign. So once it turns into that, I'm going to click and I'm going to bring my arrow up to where I want it to connect. Do I want it to connect up here? Do I want it to connect here? Do I want it to connect here? I decide where I want it to connect. So I'm going to connect it to the side of the box, and there it is. And then I'd like this box to connect, so I'm going to hover over it until the cursor turns into the correct cursor, and then I'm going to connect it to this box. And last but not least, I'd like to connect this box to the picture. So there's the correct cursor, and I'm going to connect it to the picture. Now I can change the arrow however I'd like by just clicking the arrow and making any changes that I'd like to it. So I could draw a line, I could edit line shape, however I'd like. So as you can see over here, it says enter in order to save changes. So here's my enter. Last thing I want to show you is right over here, this is one of the artworks that he created. So here what I already did was I put the artwork, the name of the artwork on top, and then in the background, that's the artwork itself. So I'm going to do the same thing for this box. So once again, I'm going to click it. I'm going to go right over here to graphics. I'm going to create an image. I already uploaded the image, but remember, in order to upload it, all you need to do is save it on your computer and then upload it through here. Double click, and here it is. Any changes that I want to make, I could just make here. Last but not least, the written stuff isn't really showing up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click in the middle of the box, and then that highlights my writing. And what I'm going to do is then I'm going to come up here to the left, and I can change my writing to any color that I'd like, and I'm going to change it to white so it stands out. So here's my timeline. You can really do a lot of fun things with this. Play around with it. Remember that when you create these documents, there's only a certain amount of complexity that you can put into every document because this is not paid, it is free. So they do limit you on things that you can do and things that you can play around with. So the more elements that you add, the more you change your fonts, the more you change the colors of things, the higher the complexity goes over here. So the complexity goes up to 60. That means 60 changes in all of these different elements that you have on the page. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this helped you out. And you may create either a timeline or a categorical graphic organizer. Good luck and have a great day.